Welcome to the Connector's Edge podcast. I'm Marian LaSalle, and my co-host is Ricki McKenna, and we are doing fine today. Hi, Ricki.
Absolutely. It's another beautiful day
It
in the
really is.
neighborhood. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I don't have my sweater, but I couldn't. It's a beautiful day because we are alive and well and here for you.
It's still kicking.
Darn
You ever,
right.
you ever notice that when you talk about somebody who's older, they say, and they're still kicking. It's
Or they're
like,
still vertical.
or something like that. It's like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah. Age is totally different than it was when I was younger. I remember when when my uncle died at 50 years old. He was
Ooh.
much older than me, and I thought, "Oh my goodness, that was so old." Wow, he lasted a long time. And then when I got started getting closer to 50, I'm like, that's nothing, right?
Guess
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, and I just should I mention the decade that I'm in?
Why not? Be
Okay.
proud, loud
I'm
and
in my
proud.
eighth decade. And it feels not very much different from the seventh or sixth, a little bit different from the fifth, but I'm still exercising. I still ride a bike. I still dance. I
Pickleball,
mean, I'm alive. I take a walk. Absolutely.
yes.
I can
And you're
climb
still
stairs
working.
and
For
still, does this
for
work?
yourself. Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I was going to say. And we're still creating our own income and our
Yes,
own happiness by ourselves. We don't have
indeed.
anybody instructing us on how to do it.
Well, it's also it's attitude. I truly, other than this, that I'm a nutritionist, so as a nutritionist, I promote eating well because that's the basis for your health. Absolutely, no question about it in my mind. But it's also your attitude. And I've seen people who are 30 who are old. I don't hang out with people my age for the most part because most of them don't have the same kind of attitude. And I won't put up with it, frankly. Life is meant to be lived and lived as
Yeah,
well as you can.
I
And
love
that
that.
doesn't mean, with piles of money. If you have piles of money, yay,
That's
good,
great. Hey,
great.
you want to share?
Yeah, exactly. But sharing helps. That's the good point, Marion, because when you share your joy, when you share your feelings, your creativity, and the fact that you're having fun, life is great. Sometimes people look at you with, like you have two heads, but maybe you do. One that says, yes, I can do it, and the other one says, yes, you sure can.
That's great. Do you know who Shonda Rhimes is?
I've heard the name, but I'm not
I'm
sure.
sure you have. She's done a lot of great and wonderful TV shows and movies and things on the screen, and she writes like nobody's business. And one of the things she did that I loved was write a book called The Year of Yes. So the year
Oh,
of yes means to her, she always said no. She was always working, and so if it had anything to do with anything other than her job, she said no. No to her family, no to her friends. And so her sister finally put a mirror up to her head and said, "You're not even living. You are not living.
ah,
You are in the no, and NO, not KNOW."
hmm.
And so she decided, and when she puts her mind to something, she does it. She decided that she was going to go a whole year and say yes to everything she possibly could. And I love the book. I think if you read it, you'll understand a little bit more about yourself, which is a great thing, a really
Yeah.
great thing, and how you could change without too much energy and exposure to the outside cruelty.
Yes, the outside
Uh,
crazies, as far as I'm concerned.
mhm.
Well, you know the name of my book, Marion. Yes, you can eat well and eat right.
Oh my goodness. How
Of
about that,
course.
Ricki?
You bet.
Oh,
That's one of the reasons I titled it that way because we are working with people say, "Oh, I can't do that." Yeah, why not?
yes,
And I feel like a little kid. Why or why not? But that
yes,
maybe that's what keeps me young. It's part of it, I'm sure.
yes.
But it's, a funny thing happened last week. We attended the technology conference
It was a
in
summit
Houston.
in Houston,
This,
right? It's
Yes.
it's a yearly thing, and
Hmm.
I try to go to it every year. It's much smaller and more
Yeah,
focused on corporate this year, which I was disappointed in, but still got a few good things out of it. And I know
absolutely.
I want you to tell the story because you went thinking technology. Oh, I'm going to be bored out of my mind, right? So why don't you tell them a little bit about what happened and how your attitude helped?
It absolutely did. First of all, I got there before everybody else did. So I had a chance to walk around a little bit before my two compadres got there. But what I found was I'm not a techie. And Marian can vouch for this because I'm always going, I can't do this on the computer. Help. And she does. She's amazing that way. But I walked around, and one of the funniest things was, you know how people give away things? They want you to remember their booth. Well, one of the things that they had were socks, and I wish I had them here with me. I have three pairs of socks that I brought home for my fiance, and they're all, of course, one is digitized. It looks like it has digital pixelated things on it. And then another pair has the company's logo, which makes sense. And another one is, and it's bright colors. So it's a lot, they're a lot of fun. But something else that I noticed, I found a pencil. This looks like a pencil. It has pink lead. It writes in pink. But here's something, the point I want to make is some things are memorable. And this is a pencil that when you plant this end in the dirt, it becomes a plant. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to take it, I'm going to get a little pot full of dirt, and I'm going to plant it according to the instructions that it came with. But I think when you're going to something like that, it has to be there has to be something that people can remember you by. And the other thing that I noticed, and Marion, you can also, do you have your business card?
I do.
Okay, because here are a couple of different cards. You can read one of them, the other, people that I contacted, and one of them actually was very interested in his health. We were talking about, what do you do? You know, why are you here? And I said, well, I'm here to learn a little bit more about technology, because I'm a nutritionist. And he went, oh, um, and we started talking about health and so forth. And people were taking pictures of different things. Some of the companies had QR codes. Here's my point. Here's my card. Even as a nutritionist, I have a QR code that takes you to my website and gives you all the information. And there's another, then Marion's does the same thing. So this is something that we thought we'd bring for you to get a hold of if they have an idea. If you don't have a card with a QR code, and you have two sides to a card, so you can do one on one side and do more information on the other. And I was really surprised that many of the techies there did not have the QR codes on their cards. They had the big ones in the booth where you could see them, but I thought, really? And I even have something on my phone that it's a QR code. Should I mention the app? It's called Blink, BLINQ. And actually, I can get to it. This is where I'm not really a techie, but I understand the importance of leaving something memorable behind for people to find you. There's the QR code again, and my picture with my book. And when it brings up the information so you can easily exchange information with somebody, even if you're not at a conference.
Right. A networking event or out with friends and they want to know more about you.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yes.
Anytime you're networking and connecting, whole point of podcast, we are connectors. And those today are the connectors.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about titles and how we feel about ourselves.
I don't have my crown.
No, you don't. But just pretend she has a crown on because she is the queen.
Oh, yeah. Queen of the kitchen.
There you go. I love it. Well, my title lately, and it has changed over years, business owner, technology assistant, boss,
Hmm.
whatever, right? Um, web
Yay.
designer. What's that?
But what was that?
Web designer.
Yeah, definitely web designer and a good one.
Helper, be caretaker. There's been a lot, mother, spouse. There's been a lot of different things that have been put on me as a title, or I put on myself as a title. And recently it's been changing. I'm still a business owner, I'm still a web designer and all that. But what I'm really focusing on is something else that doesn't come with the book title author, or it doesn't come with, a graduation. Doesn't come with
Ceremony?
it doesn't come with a ceremony, anything. I am what they call the chief connector
Yes.
because I love connecting business owners with what they need, and in general, people, not just business owners. So if, let's say, you're a person who wants to be an entrepreneur, wants to own your own business, or you want to be an author, whatever it is that you want to be, you need to be connected to something or someone. And so that's what I feel like my job is. And I've been kind of falling into that role. So I'm interested in thinking about how you feel. So for those of you who are watching us or listening to us, would you please put in the comments what you think your role is right now? And you can even go as far as to tell us what your role used to be, what it is now, and what you'd like it to be. I'd really like to hone in
Great.
more about titles and how you feel about what you're doing. Ricki, for as long as I've known you, you've been a certified nutritionist and chef, and you've also been an author. You've been a, a cook. You've been a caregiver. You've been a lot of different things, in my opinion. What
Hmm.
is it that you really feel like if somebody pinned you down to one title, what would it be?
Probably, pardon me, a people person. I love people and I love food and I love connecting.
No
And
wonder
it's
we're here. No
it's
wonder you
a
feel
hard
so
one.
comfortable here.
Yeah, well, hello, kitchen. That's my actually I collaborated in a book. I was one of the collaborators in a book from the wellness universe. It's the complete guide to um, self-care, and it's 25 tools for happiness. And the 25 tools were 25 of us contributed a chapter. And my chapter was called My Happiness Room. And that's where I go when I want to meditate, literally. You don't have to sit down to meditate. Uh, I'm a foodie. I love food. I love creating, and I love eating. I guess it would have something to do with taking care of people in that sense, taking care of yourself first, which is the number one thing. Put your mask on first before you try to help anybody else. Yeah, I'm a foodie.
Okay.
My kids used to call me weird mom, but that's probably your kids probably
It's
did
like
the same
like I
thing.
said, I've had a lot of titles over the years, but
Yeah.
right now I'm chief connector, and I do like it.
Yes.
I
And
like it
by
a
the
lot.
way, Marian is the person who connected me with the publisher to help me publish my book, my first book,
That is
the
true.
Yes You Can book.
That is true.
And that's the theme because I truly believe that if you put your mind to something and ask for help when you need it, you can do whatever you set out to do, as long as it's something that's good for you and good for the people around you and will bring joy and
Yeah,
love and caring to the world.
yeah. For those of you who are watching us or listening to us, we're on YouTube and we're on all the podcast apps. I want you to know that we are we are talking in general here, and this is all great and wonderful, but we do want to help you get to a destination. So if you're ready to go, then I think you should connect with us at
Please.
referralbusinessbuilders.com, or you could go to connectorsedge.com. It will redirect you to Referral Business Builders. Inside Referral Business Builders is so many different things that I'm so excited to connect with the people in there and help you connect with the people that you really need to meet. So for Ricki, she has met quite a few people that
Oh,
have been
yes.
able to help her. She's been able to help them. It's been a very interesting concept. So what we get is a podcast. You can have video interviews. We could interview you. There's a community
Right here.
inside Referral Business Builders as well that has so many different aspects and levels to it that you would have to go in and check it out for yourself. Like one of my favorites is the Wall of Love, where you can write testimonials or you can read other people's testimonials about things that have happened to them inside Referral Business Builders. So be sure and go and check it out. But don't feel overwhelmed. Connect with one of us because
Right.
we'll be able to help you get to the place where you need. Because
Please.
sometimes when you give people too many choices, you know what happens.
Well, RBB, referralbusinessbuilders.com, is a very simple way, or just think of connection and connectors. Connectors edge. And, somewhere on that edge, you can come back in if you're on the edge.
Ah,
What we bring to you is the opportunity or opportunities to connect with other people. And you may not click with everybody, which is per usual for most people, but I'm sure that you'll find one or two people on any of the broadcasts that we do with whom you can connect, and maybe they can help you with business, or maybe there's a personal problem that they can help you get through. I've connected with people to help me with my website, to help me with putting things on YouTube, and also just to help
email.
me in general. Well, Kathy Laufman, for one thing, one person, is an amazing ex former corporate person who knows all the ins and outs and can help you if you're still dealing or want to deal with corporations. She's also an author. She's had an incredible amount of experience in a lot of different areas. And these are the types of people who are on referral business builders. So it's not just business. If you're looking to
That's
connect,
true.
it is true. Yeah. If you're looking to connect, I'm going to challenge you because I want to see what you can do and bring to us from your side of the world, wherever you are in the world. We've connected, we have people in the UK, I think in Australia, as
Uh,
well as,
Spain, Portugal, Canada,
yeah,
Mexico. Yeah, it's growing. It's definitely
it's
growing.
definitely growing. What gets me is sitting here, Marian and I are in Texas. Yeah, last week I had an interview on someone else's podcast who was in the UK, and she actually was from New Zealand. She was at her mom's house in the UK, and we chatted for about half an hour. It was absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to challenge you. If you've heard something on today's podcast from Marion or from myself, please comment below in any way. We're up for all kinds of comments, and we'd appreciate it hearing from you. If you have found one thing, or you can tell us what one thing you found that'll help you connect with other people, and something you can use in your business, or perhaps something, excuse me, personally, you might want to ask a question of either of us, or you want to know for sure what we'll list the referralbusinessbuilders.com and connectorsedge.com. So
Yes.
you can reach us at either place, but please comment below and let us know how you enjoyed our podcast today and come back again.
One more thing before you close out. And that is, we do have a major announcement. One of the newest things we have in Referral Business Builders community is the Connectors Hour Book Club. And the first book we're going to be starting with April 7th is called Atomic Habits. And I know James Clear is the most amazing man. I'm like, is he robot? I mean, really, whoa. Like, I don't know how a man can be that smart and that considerate and kind and generous, but he is. So be sure and join. It's only $10 a month. You just go to referralbusinessbuilders.com and you'll see all the information you need right there. Thanks again. And Ricki, thank you.
Thank you, Marian. You make this possible, and we both make it possible for you. So come join us at referralbusinessbuilders.com.
Bye
And
for
we always
now.
have a good time.
Yes, and that's true.
Okay. Bye for now.